All right, in this video, I would like to show you a multi-million-dollar dropshipping niche which you can get started today and start making money right away. This is a very fun, very rewarding niche, and you get to create art, you get to create value for customers, and as you know, if you create real value for someone else, you get rewarded with something which is called money. So if you're excited and you want to see what I'm talking about, sit back, relax, have a cup of coffee or maybe some water, I don't know, and let me show you what is this niche and how you can get started today. So before we get started, I would kindly ask you if you can just gently tap that like button underneath this video. It doesn't cost you anything and it's gonna help me out tremendously to continue making videos such as this one. All right, so in the general sense, dropshipping is reselling physical items with your own markup. So let's say you get, I don't know, a little toy for dogs for $5 and you resell it for $15, you get to keep $10. Obviously, there are more costs involved, and the main cost in dropshipping is the advertising cost, because it doesn't really cost you anything to have a website, it doesn't really cost you anything to get the product from the supplier to the customer, but you need to sell the product, and that is your biggest expense, right? Your marketing, your advertising expense. Now, we're not going to be talking about dropshipping in this video. However, we are going to be talking about custom portraits, custom illustrations / drop servicing. Now, if you're confused by now, don't worry. Let me explain what I mean. So I started dropshipping about 4 or 5 years ago, and my first kind of little successful store was called citycapped.co. I recently sold that store, and this store specialized in dad hats and beanies, right, with different designs. So if you go to the store, you can check it out. But that was basically my store, and I was using printful.com to fulfill those orders, and it was going all right. You know, I did get into some copyright issues, so that wasn't too nice, but you know, I still managed to kind of get some sales. That store almost did $100,000 in sales, and then I listed for sale that store and sold it. So that was, you know, a happy moment. I took that money that I got from selling that store, and then I saw an ad in my Instagram feed for turnedyellow.com. Turnedyellow.com is a custom portrait, custom illustration store. And basically what you do is you give them a couple of photos of you, your family, your friends. You choose the background you want, and they're going to create a Simpsons style looking illustration for you. So when I saw that, I was like, wow, this is so cool and kind of easy to implement, right? And I thought to myself, okay, let me look at what other themes there is which I can do, because I didn't want to necessarily do Simpsons, but I knew that I could do many different styles of illustrations. So what I did was I went onto etsy.com and I searched for custom portrait. Right here, you can see that there are many different themes for these custom portraits, right? There's these kind of just regular cartoon portraits. There's for royal pet portraits. I'm sure you've seen this one because these are very famous. Also, you know, royal portraits for just people, also super famous. And if you scroll down through here, you can see that there are many different themes and styles, right? Cartoonish, cutish, minimalistic, whatever you want. And there are also many more pages right here, right? If you go to the 8th page, you can see that there are many more, and it just goes on and goes on and goes on. And so there are many different sellers who do this. Now, you might be thinking, okay, well, is it people who offer their services? Maybe they're artists who, you know, offer their services to draw these illustrations. And not really. Now, think about it. When someone comes to you and tells you, hey, I would like you to draw me in this particular style. You're like, okay, no problem. Give me the photos, give me the money. So you get that, and then what can you do? You go to another person and you're like, all right, dude, can you draw, or girl, can you draw this portrait, this illustration, and I'm going to give you half of the money that the customer gave you, right? I mean, this is business. Okay, so you give him half of the money, and that person draws that portrait illustration for you, right, on his iPad or computer or whatever. And then he sends you a digital file, and then you take that digital file and you send it to the customer. So let's say the customer gave you $100, you give the artist 50, so now you get to keep $50 as profit. Obviously, you need to spend money on advertising to get customers. However, if you can find a creative way to get sales, to get customers into your business without spending a lot of money on advertising, well, you're in business, you're making money. So custom portrait, custom illustration is this $1 million dropshipping niche that I'm talking about. So now you know the niche, but let me show you actually a couple of easy steps on how you can get started today with your very own store. First things first is you want to find a profitable theme, profitable design, right? Because not everything is going to sell, right? You might think that something is going to sell, but only because you think that does not necessarily mean that it's actually going to sell. So the easiest way to pick a niche is to go onto Etsy.com and to search for custom portrait. Now, there are many different designs here, many different themes. You can see, for example, there are the Simpsons, there are the royal ones. Then there's like from movies. By the way, I wouldn't recommend going for movies or for anything that is copyrighted because it's not long term. You are going to get into trouble. So stick with something that is more neutral, okay? Something like watercolor, right? These like cartoonish again. Lego, that's pretty cool, right? I mean, I would probably think about this one if I would be starting again. Rick and Morty. That's something that I did, by the way. Like, can I show that to you? So there's something called turnshwifty.com. This was my website that I did after I sold citycaps.co, and I actually sold turnshwifty.com as well. So this was inspired by turnyellow.com. And then we started turnshwifty.com, and this was the store that we were doing. So, and I also sold that store. So, yeah. So you can see there are many different ones: pet ones, drawings, whatever. And the thing is, if these things are here on Etsy, right, in the first, let's say, 10 pages, 10 tabs, then you can be sure that this sells. So let's say, for example, let's go to a super random one. Let's go to, I don't know, let's go to this one. Let's see if it sells. So you can see this got 68 sales. Okay, well, this store got 68 sales. You can see when they started. So when did they start their store? Where can I see that? What if we go to their store? So they started on February 2019. So they're not doing that well. So maybe you would want to look for something, some other theme as well. Let's see again. So usually the first 5 pages is what really sells well. So let's take a look at this one. All right, you can see these guys have 2,753 sales, and this is what they do, right? They just kind of cartoonize, or yeah, they kind of cartoonize these photos for customers. And the keywords here is cartoon portrait, custom cartoon portrait, vector art, custom digital art, and so forth. So you can see that these are the potential keywords that you can target for Google ads and so forth. All right, you picked a niche, you picked a design. What's next? The next thing is you want to set up a Shopify store. You don't need to set up a very complicated one. I would recommend going for the most basic theme. I think it's called debut theme. Having the options, having nice, beautiful imagery, having a nice logo, right? Keeping it simple, having reviews, and that you can build a website like that in an hour, pretty much instantly, and that's it. So a very important thing, which I'm gonna make another video about later on, is how to pick a name for your brand. I actually have like a little formula for how you can come up with a brand name, right? Which is a little bit outside the box, but I'm gonna make a video about that. And it's also going to be in my drop servicing course, which is soon going to be released on my channel as well. So make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out when that course comes out. But you come up with a name, you buy the domain, you register the Instagram, the Facebook pages, right? And then you create media. So what is the easiest way to create media? Very simple. You go into fiverr.com and you look for custom portrait. Here you will find freelance artists who create these portraits on your behalf. And you can reach out to them, right? Let's say, for example, you went for this pet portrait design. So you click here and you can see that this person, he's level 2 seller, he has good reviews, right? And this is what he creates, right? So these are the illustrations that he creates. And from Etsy, we saw that this sells. Okay, so you can contact the seller and you can say, hey, love your work. Could you please create these 5 pet portraits, right? Portraits, right? And then you can attach the files you want. So where do you find pet photos? Well, you go onto Pinterest.com and you search for pets. And right away you can see there's a cute little puppy here, right? There's a cute cat, cute pets. So that's not a problem. What do you do then is you save that photo, you send it to this person. He's gonna send you an offer. So let's say, for example, he's gonna charge $5 for each pet. To create 5 photos, you will need $25. Okay, great. You pay $25 to this person. He's gonna create these portraits for you and he's gonna send them back. Great. Then you upload them to your Shopify store. You get a couple of reviews, right? Maybe you can get a review from your friends or family, right? Maybe someone has a pet that you know. So you're like, hey, can you send me a photo of your pets? I'm gonna create a little illustration in exchange if you can leave a honest review on my website. Boom, you have a couple of reviews already. Now, the next step is, how do you advertise? Because if you're not going to get your website out there, no one is gonna come to you, no one is gonna buy from you. The next step that you wanna do is you wanna get exposure. You wanna get people to come to your website and buy from you. There are many different ways to do this. You can buy ads on Google, on Facebook. That's kind of a little bit more complicated. That's if you're a little bit more advanced. You can go that route. But if you're just starting out, I would not really recommend this unless you have some kind of guidance or mentorship, right? From a person who is already doing well with buying advertisements, right? By the way, a little plug here. If you do want some kind of mentorship or some kind of guidance, I do offer that on my behalf. I'm working with a student right now. So you can book a consultation call with me down in the description and we can talk through this. We can kind of create a plan and maybe create an offer for you as well. Or if you just want to shoot me a DM on Instagram if you're interested, please feel free to do that as well. And we can discuss what works best for you. But coming back to this idea, the easiest way to drive traffic for free to your store and get people to buy is something that is called affiliate marketing. So you can find theme pages on Instagram, or you can find, how there are these people who create Instagram pages for their dogs, right? Or for their pets. Well, you can create a little illustration for them, post it on your Instagram, tag them, send it to them via DM and send it to them via story, right? And if they notice you, they might repost you onto their Instagram and tag you and be like, hey, thank you so much for this, brand for creating this very cute illustration. This is super nice, super cute. Thank you very much. And then their followers are going to go to your Instagram page, to your website and place their order. So it costs very little, right? And this is a very great way to get your first sales. And this is the way I would do it, right? This is the best kind of way to do this. So, yeah, I really hope I inspired you and gave you a really cool idea of how you can start this $1 million dropshipping niche. And, once you start making a little bit of sales, then you can expand and you can start buying ads if you just dive into this. And yeah, this is just super exciting. I'm very happy for you because you saw this video and you can get started right away. So if you enjoyed this idea, this video, please make sure to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel because, as I said, I will be releasing more videos like this. I actually do this myself every day. I enjoy talking about e-commerce and dropshipping. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel because I'm also going to be releasing a course soon, which is going to show you much more in depth than this video on how to do this step by step, how to get started, how to get your first sales. I'm gonna show you all the ads, and I'm also going to reveal my store. So subscribe and watch out for the course. It's coming really soon and I'm super excited. So thank you so much for watching. Till next time.